feel me? Bruh, I see you. FF gang it on bang.
Welcome to the MCM Sports Show. Brian Rose,
Abel Tovar,
and our newest member,
Trisha Callahan.
All right.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome. So we got a lot of new things in store for you guys. The first thing I want to talk about, though, fantasy football is in season. Everybody's sending us questions and texts about it, so we're going to bring it up and talk about it. So the first thing I get, when do I draft a quarterback? When do I draft a running back? I say draft a running back first. You say
quarterback.
And then you
definitely quarterback.
So let's go down the line. Probably let's say the top 5 for the quarterbacks.
Okay.
All right. So quarterbacks I'm probably going to pick up. You still got to put Drew Brees, Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady. No particular order. If you can get those at any time in the first couple rounds, I say go ahead and grab it. Cam Newton I'll put up there too.
Oh, he's got the yards.
But he throws a lot If he doesn't clean that up from last year, then he's still gonna. He was accountable for 35 touchdowns himself, running and throwing. So, but interceptions are gonna hurt him.
Yeah, and also those rushing touchdowns, like 14 last year. So.
A lot.
Yeah, that's all points, man, all points. And then after that is a big drop off. Matthew Stafford maybe, and then for sure there's a drop off after that. But if those are already taken, I say look for wide receivers, look for more running backs, especially if you have a flex spot. What would you go for your running back?
I would go with Ray Rice.
Ray Rice. Sean McCoy, man.
Yeah, see, that's I had either Arian Foster, but I'm not sold on him yet. I'm not sure that he's 100% healthy, so I would go with LaShawn McCoy.
LaShawn McCoy. You really want to think about people who mean a lot to their offense. Is he going to catch the ball in the backfield? Do they run screens and things like that? Who's ever going to touch the ball outside of running too? You want to look at those players.
Well, when we talk about quarterbacks, I look at the same thing too, because some of the quarterbacks I had high on my list, they don't have a running game. So I would go with them. I'd go with Brady, and I'd say Rodgers. I don't know if Cedric Benson's going to have that big of an impact, but still, their running game's iffy at best. So they're going to throw a lot more than they're going to run. Yeah,
it starts. Yeah, I don't. They say they're going to run it more. That was the whole thing in training camp. They talked about running it more, but I don't see it.
It's a passing league now.
Yeah.
Except for my Niners. We're going old school.
You knew I was going there.
We're going old school. I know you want to say
there.
We're old school, baby. We load up on running backs. So let 1 or 2 go down. Doesn't matter. We got 3-4 waiting.
And you did have 1 or 2 go down already.
Exactly.
Yeah. But it's not a serious injury, so you guys will be all right.
Yeah,
you'll be all right. Cool. And also, there's been a lot of or reportingly, there's a lot of rookies who are going to start this year, more than I remember in recent history. So far, there's 5, maybe 6 that are going to start, and the newest one has been the rookie quarterback coming out of in Seattle. And it seems like Pete Carroll can't make up his mind. Every game there's a new starter, so I still think. Do you think Flynn should start? Just put it that way.
I think Flynn is the starter. They're just throwing Russell Wilson out there with the ones to see how he does against first-team defense and with the first-team offense. But I still think the job's Flynn's to lose.
Yeah. I think you got to give the rookie a chance, even though they drafted him late. Still think you got to give him a chance. But Flynn, there was no reason not to trust him. He didn't do anything bad. His pass to T.O., even a deep pass, was on point. T.O. just missed it.
Yeah, he's not pulling a Kevin Cobb or anything. He's doing what he's being paid to do.
Yeah. So you got Russell Wilson. You also got Robin Griffin III. I think. Well, is he going to be better than Luck? First 2 years, maybe. No. Maybe first. Only because Griffin has a more solid team around him, more pieces, good running game.
He's just not as good as Luck.
He's not as good.
I see it. Luck's the type of person that'll make everybody on that team better. He's going to be exactly like a Peyton Manning, where Peyton Manning takes receivers that you never heard of, and all of a sudden they're Pro Bowlers.
Yeah. We're already getting calls in. So, yeah, I don't know, man. Is he going to be better than him in the long run? Yes, he is going to be better than him. But the first 2 years, I just don't see. I even think the Redskins will probably have a better record than the Colts.
What are you thinking, Trisha?
I like Luck better, but I agree with you that the Redskins have a better team around them this year.
Yeah.
We'll see. Well, do they play each other this year? Do they play each other?
Preseason, I think. I think that's it. Like the last preseason game, I believe. Yeah, look that up.
And I'll look it up while you guys go ahead.
So now, since we're talking about Luck, let's go ahead and touch on him a little bit. Of course, the first round pick. He has all the intangibles, and also there's a rumor out that he has photographic memory, which is why he understands defenses. He sees a defense once, it's banked into his head, so if he sees it again, he knows what to do. Also, they said that his quarterback coach in Stanford will give him something 6 weeks later and showed it to him again just to see, if he understood it, and he know exactly where everything was. So if that guy has photographic memory along with his talents, I think he can be better.
I know, how lucky can one person be? Damn. Jesus.
So maybe he can. I know he has a lot of work to do, and we're putting him in the Hall of Fame already, but he hasn't shown anything to say otherwise. I know it's preseason, but still. So do you think that first year they're going to make the playoffs? Colts?
No. I got them close. I mean, I got them with a big improvement over last year, but no, not playoff-wise.
Really?
No, the whole division stacked, the whole AFC stacked.
Yeah.
So it'd be hard for them. I mean, honestly, they would have to have a ridiculous 10, 11 win year to make the playoffs in that division.
Yeah, true. Then you got Ryan Tannehill out in Miami. That whole mess out there at the Dolphins. I don't like the coach out there. I don't think he's a people person. I don't think the players are going to play for him. I think that coach will be out of there. But we're just talking about Tannehill right now. 8th pick, first round. He's okay. He doesn't have that much of an arm, but he's accurate, and he's the best quarterback they had since what?
That's not saying
Marino?
much, though. No, how can you can't say since Marino? No way.
Who are they?
They just drafted him first round like Marino. That's about the only. That's where the comparison stops.
They need a spark though. They need to get away from the Chad Johnson fiasco and just put a rookie in there and just go for it.
It's gonna help, but yeah, the whole Ted Johnson thing that was a debacle. That was just bad.
Okay. Do you think that maybe the team should have had his back a little bit more, even though it's a domestic violence, but the fact still hasn't came out? They didn't make a statement.
If he was good enough, they'd have his back. The point is, he's not good enough. I don't care what mess he puts up with. Yeah. If he had the talent to back it up, they would go through hell for him. But he's not. He's not that good. He's already having trouble with this playbook.
Yeah.
And I mean, everywhere you read about him, it's saying that his football IQ is low. And if that's not going to change. You don't become smarter and know football. I mean, he's 9th, 10th year in the league, and he still has a low football IQ. Then it's going to stay there.
The thing is, now let's not forget, Chad Johnson was a beast for almost a decade out in Cincinnati. He led the league in receptions at times, and then he led the league in yardage. So he was a beast for nearly a decade. But I think he got caught up in Ocho Cinco. He got caught up in Ocho Cinco versus Chad Johnson, and it became a distraction in his own head. I think that's what happened to him.
But that's when his talent could outperform his IQ.
Yeah.
That's when he could streak down the field and beat whoever was guarding him and just catch it. Now, he can't do that anymore. Now he actually has to know the game to create separation and to run better routes, and he just can't do it.
Yeah. So now you got Brandon Whedon, also out of Oklahoma State. Late first round pick. But I think that he also has a chance to shine, even though he's a little bit older. And is actually, when I saw this stat, when I was looking up, there's 15 quarterbacks older or younger than him right now. 15 starting quarterbacks younger than Brandon Whedon. And he's a rookie coming into the league. So that's a little bit of a slight on him. But I think he has all the intangibles, and he's smart enough not to go in there and make those little dumb mistakes that young quarterbacks do. So I think he'll be okay for Cleveland. Even though Cleveland's front office is terrible, I think he'll be okay.
What do you think, Tricia?
I don't know much about Brandon Whedon yet. I'm waiting for the regular season.
I don't. Yeah. I honestly, not a slight on Whedon. I looked at the rest of his roster, and he doesn't really have a lot of weapons to go with. I mean, if Trent Richardson is going to be hurt, then that's a knock on him. And then as far as wide receivers goes, who's his best receiver? Cribbs?
Yeah, that's it.
That's it. And honestly, to me, Cribbs is another Devin Hester. He's good in return, but
actually,
as a
Cribbs
wide receiver,
is a good number 3 on a team.
Right.
He's not supposed to be a featured wide receiver.
Yeah, I wouldn't think he is. So
yeah,
I can't really say he's going to do bad because he's not a good player. But I don't think he has any weapons around him that are going to make his job any easier.
All right, so there's our take on the quarterbacks that might be named stars. Actually, I think all of those quarterbacks are going to be named starters before the end of it here. Now let's switch to golf. Augusta National.
Spicing up the show now.
Spice it up here.
I'm excited for the tournament tomorrow.
So 80 years, this place, Augusta National. It's been around 80, almost 90 years. And they let their first 2 women in. Condoleezza Rice and that banker. What was her name? Some rich banker. Now, the thing is, you have to shoot or have a handicap under 10 to make it into this club. So I mean, I understand. Yeah, they need to let a woman in the club, but the only thing is like, okay, if there was an all-women club, will there be guys itching to get in there?
There are all-women clubs. That's
Well,
the thing. I don't think this is a big story because there's actually clubs that don't let men in. So I don't see what the big deal is about, okay, a club that doesn't allow women lets 2 in.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see why they even wanted to come in. It's not like guys are rushing to go into the all-girls club, but should they let them in? Yeah, if they wanted to keep up with the times. And also, Augusta National is one of the most watched tournaments in the PGA Tour. So
I honestly don't see why they don't let women play against men.
Because
it's golf.
when they do, they don't make the cut.
Sexual,
they don't make the cut.
It's not a real sexual, advantage or anything. Like if they were playing football or basketball, I mean, it's pretty even.
They can have more velocity in their swing and definitely outdrive a woman. You're crazy.
Yeah, okay. I'll give you that. I mean, it's golf. I think it would make it more interesting. If you had a woman that did compete against men, it would just make more interesting to watch if you're trying to get people to watch.
That's true.
What time are you waking up tomorrow to watch it?
Well, it's for DVR.
Oh, see.
Tee off at 5:18 our time.
5:18. Tiger tees off at 5:18.
Wake up that early just to
Rory
get
and
put back to
Dustin.
sleep by golf? Come on now.
Hey, as long as
Get out of here. That could be so exciting.
Is golf really exciting?
Yes.
You're sitting there glued to your TV when you're watching golf.
Hey,
Yes.
now I'm not gonna
Why?
lie.
The
Now
U.S.
that
Open when Rory wins. Watch it. You'll be
No,
cool.
I like Rory. I think I'm not a big Tiger fan because he's not good anymore. But
so you're a front runner when he was good. Were you a fan?
in golf, yeah, I am going to be a front runner because who else is there to talk about except somebody that's
Augusta
doing
National
good?
Club.
Come on, we're not going to. Next week
That's
we're going
what
to
they
forget
are
about
talking-
this story.
Exactly.
And if one of those people was in Condoleezza Rice, nobody would care.
That's true. She has the power, I guess,
Yeah.
to do anything now.
Right.
Election year.
No
probably
one would care.
Politics let them in.
So,
That's what I'm talking
of course, they got pressure from their sponsors to let some girls in because the sponsors were pulling out.
Women, Brian, women.
Women, yeah, women. Okay, IBM,
It's
right? They have a
IBM,
top
yeah.
woman that's running IBM. HP, right? So yeah, they were saying, hey, we're gonna pull some of our money out if you don't let a girl in or at least think
Is
about.
there really a
letting
woman
go.
running IBM?
Yeah.
It's a top
She's like
spot,
third
definitely.
chair or
Yeah,
something.
Really?
yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
know.
Women score higher than us in SATs and everything now.
You
man.
get paid
We're
more for the
taking a
same
step-
job, so
yeah.
take
Oh.
Well,
You guys know his name is Abel. Tovar. Send him a
Take that.
message.
Hey,
Text
that's just a
message.
fact. I'm sorry.
I'll play for you. I'll play with you on the golf course.
Oh.
Oh, I'm not good, but I'll still go. I mean, that's fine with me. It's golf.
So this got me this got me inspired. Since Augusta National is stepping into the 20th century, I know we're in the 21st, but they're a century behind. What other sports need to take that step? And immediately what popped in my head, baseball. They need to add more instant replays. Even on, well, I hate to bring up the Dodger and Giants game last night, but there was a call where he was obviously out. He tagged him. His hand hit the glove. Yeah, it's hard to see with the naked eye. But in the NFL, they're gonna if that was the NFL, they would have replayed that till they got it right, and they would have made the correct call.
Nothing's gonna change till Bud Selig dies.
Yeah, kind of like the Al Davis thing.
He won't. Yeah, he's just holding on. He won't. He's the one that stops everything. So, I mean, if he really wanted to keep up with the times and bring viewers to baseball, he would change, and he doesn't. He's a baseball purist, which
Yeah.
is ridiculous to me because it's one of the most corrupt games out of all of them, and still purists
Besides
hold
boxing.
on to.
Boxing's
Besides-
up there. Boxing, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah. Can't argue that. But.
But yeah, I agree with that. I mean, when your top viewers are over 45 years old, you have to do something to change what you're doing.
What sports do you think, Trisha, should change?
Oh, I like the instant replay on baseball. I think it would come in handy.
Yeah.
I definitely like that.
Yeah.
Oh, another one too for baseball. Once you get in the box, stay in the box.
You mean the batter's box?
Yeah, I don't like that. Batters get in there right when the pitcher's about to throw a pitch. They'll
And they
call
start-
time.
Yeah.
Well, I
And
mean,
they'll
if
step
the
out,
if the
like
pitch,
to freeze them almost.
well, if the pitcher's taking 18 hours to throw the ball,
Doesn't matter. I mean, I'm just saying to speed up the game.
Oh, speed up the
Once
yeah,
you get
I
in the
do
box,
believe the
you
game
stay
should be
in the
sped
box.
up. I think you got to put a time limit on the pitcher to throw it in there, and you got to keep the batter in the box.
Right.
Yeah, I agree with that. So now let's get into some more big stories here. Cheating in baseball. So we have two players in the same vicinity, Bay Area, get caught within weeks of each other.
Balco, baby.
First, we had Milky Cabrera, who tried to cover it up by creating a fake website, which the FBI caught on to within
awesome.
minutes.
Oh, care.
Who cheats to the point of paying $10,000 to get a website?
Someone that doesn't half-ass their cheating. That's what I'm talking about. I actually respect him for that because
Well,
he
allegedly
went
it
all
was
out.
Juan Nunes.
Yeah.
All out
All
to
out.
cheat.
Yeah.
See?
Well, do you think he should get more games for trying to deceive
No.
the MLB as
Why?
bad as he did?
There's no rules against that. I mean, he tried to deceive him, but he deceived him anyways when he was taking steroids.
True.
So what's it matter? I mean, that's just he was trying to go an extra step. To me, it's honestly no different than Ryan Braun having that. Oh, they botched. They botched. Yeah, this could have been a technicality. I mean, damn, he went as far as to create a product that he could have used. So I like the effort.
Apparently, they were going to create a protein powder that was
See?
spiked. Yeah, that's what it was apparently.
That's brilliant to me. What
With
you wouldn't do that?
testosterone in it?
Yeah, with testosterone in it.
Would you do that to get another $40 million contract? I would.
I would definitely, if it meant, I would try.
Yeah, that's the difference between a $1.6 million contract and a $40 million.
Do you think the Giants will give him a contract after
No,
the
he's done
website?
in
Yeah.
baseball. He's done in baseball.
No.
Only a desperate team's going to take him now. He's done.
Yeah, and I think Bartolo Colon, even the A's even gave him this second chance, and I think he's done.
Yeah, he's done too.
Yeah, especially with Brett Anderson coming back.
How funny though that the high and mighty A's fans were talking crap to the Giants about cheating.
The only
and
thing,
bam, a week later, karma.
It is karma, but the baseball has to do something to deter these players from cheating. They have to protect the players from themselves. Like, I don't think 50 games is quite enough, obviously, if players are cheating to the point that they are now.
I think it's enough, but if you're getting paid, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, but I think that they need to start with 100 games, and then after your second one, you're banned. You're banned from baseball.
This is why I'm not a baseball fan, because it's such a pure sport where everybody holds the stats and records. It's like almighty, home run, whatever.
Yep.
Or put an asterisk by this and that. But it's such a corrupt sport because even the players' union for so long took a stance where they wouldn't allow steroid testing. They were just against it. So to me, if you're against steroid testing, okay, you already know most of the players in your union, they're doing it.
Yeah.
So then they go, okay, well, we'll still we'll allow some testing. You can't do HGH testing or whatnot, but you can do steroid testing only, whatever the regulations are.
Yeah.
And people are still cheating.
Yeah.
And now it's like to the point where, honestly, if you get caught cheating, it's because you're stupid. You messed up.
Yeah.
Everybody's still doing it. Like we were talking earlier about the Derek Jeter, how he was mentioned on First Take today.
Yeah.
I think it wouldn't surprise me if he's on some kind of cream or something that's helping him heal faster because he's having like an MVP type year.
He is. He's hitting leadoff home runs again. If Derek Jeter gets busted for any type of steroid, hormone, or testosterone, I'll just stop watching baseball. There's no hope.
Look at his teammates are. A-Rod, he played with Clemens. He's played with a bunch of people that did it. So it's not like he doesn't know how to do it or get around it.
Well, let's say, how do we view cheaters in baseball? Do we think they still do you think they still deserve to be in the Hall of Fame? Like Barry Bonds?
No.
You don't think so?
No.
Why not?
Why so? Obviously, he wasn't doing it with the purest form that they're keeping baseball at its purest.
But see, the thing is, so many people are cheating.
Well, that's true.
You
Because
don't
you
know.
wonder who's in the A's and the Giants clubhouse right now on PEDs.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
it's
true.
not just Melky and
Right,
Bartolo.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So,
I wouldn't think
I
it's
don't
just
know.
one
I
a
mean-
team.
Well, maybe here I think there's two things maybe that need to happen. Either baseball needs to strengthen their stance on any type of hormone or testosterone, where 100 games once, next time ban, or they just need to lighten the stance on testosterone. Guys are getting up there in age, they're trying to heal. Hey, okay, this amount of testosterone in your body is okay now. One of the two needs to happen because obviously everyone's doing it. Something needs to happen.
To me, it's amazing because honestly, you don't even have to be in really good shape to play baseball to begin with. So if you just moderately worked out, you do pretty good in that sport. You wouldn't have to cheat.
It does take skill, but you do have to.
Right.
If you stay in shape, you do better than those who don't.
But your hand-eye coordination is your hand-eye coordination,
Yeah.
no matter what your strength is. So if you can connect with the ball,
Yeah.
you want to drive it farther, work out more.
I mean, look at Prince Fielder. That guy's a vegetarian, as big as a house.
Right? Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
damn.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, vegetarian. Yeah. All right. So, also, we're gonna stick with baseball with Stephen Strasburg saying that they're gonna cut him off in innings and he might not play in the playoffs. I just want to speak on it real quick. You're the Nationals. You don't know if you're going to make the playoffs next year. You're in the playoffs now. You have the best record in baseball. Take advantage of the pitcher you have now. Just because you sit him down in the playoffs doesn't mean that very next game he gets up next year, he's not going to tear that ligament again.
Right.
So I say let the guy play.
I agree. Let him play.
Yeah.
This is why I don't like baseball. Everything we talk about is just another reason why. To me, this is the dumbest thing I've ever heard of.
Can you imagine
Well,
the Lakers not playing Kobe?
Right.
Because he might get hurt.
We're going to play him only 62 games this year.
Yeah.
And once we come playoff time, that's when we're going to sit him. It's stupid.
Yeah.
If you knew that you had this limit on Strasburg's innings, why didn't they space out his starts then from the beginning of the year to the end of the year?
Why not?
Skip
why
a
not
start.
sit him? Why not sit him the first month of the season? Why didn't you do that? And why do you have to wait until now to sit him? Doesn't make sense.
And then too, if you made it this far and you're in contention, just play him. Go for broke.
You never know when you're going to make the playoffs again. You never know.
It's not guaranteed. So, and then with the roster they have, I mean, go for it.
Exactly. So, if you guys want to give us a text, give us a holler. 408-471-7604. 408-471-7604. If your texts are good, we will read them on the air and answer your questions. Now, let's get into football. So everybody's talking about. Brought to you by Beer Locker for fans who love beer and fans who love sports. So, NFC North breakdown. We have the Bears, Green Bay Packers, Detroit Lions, and the Vikings. Now, let's start with the Bears. I have them going 13-3, man. They're going to have a pretty good season. They look pretty good. Now, I do hate Jay Cutler. I think he's just looking at the guy, he looks kind of off, a little weird. And I don't know how that will handle or play out in the locker room, but I still have him going 13-3.
What you got, Trisha?
I don't have anything.
Nothing on
I'm waiting
Bears?
for the regular season. All these guys are saying I'm going to wait until the regular season to give it my full. I'm waiting.
Well, that's true because injuries and everything
I understand,
in the
but I'm
preseason.
waiting.
Yeah.
Might get out there and get hit one time. He'd be out.
Yeah,
I got them at 11-5, but I still don't see them. And that was kind of iffy on that 11-5. I honestly don't think they're going to do that well because Cutler's been hurt the last 2 seasons. He gets hurt easily, so if the line doesn't hold up and he takes another shot, and then you got Forte coming back from a knee injury, their main players are coming off 2 injuries that ended their season last year, so that's a lot putting on them. And then Urlacher has knee problems as well, and he just had surgery. So the main players on defense and offense are all coming off major injuries. So
I think the Urlacher is going to hurt him a little bit on defense, but they play cover too. They could just plug somebody else up in there. I mean, I understand what I just said. You just plug somebody else in Urlacher's space. It's kind of hard to do.
The drop-off's big.
Yeah, but they play a lot of cover too. I think they'll be okay. For my defensive MVP though, I have Briggs. He's not the fastest. He's not the speedy linebacker that he used to be. But I think he'll be okay in that cover 2 scheme to do his job well enough to at least ease that pain of Urlacher not being at the beginning of the season.
For defensive, I actually got Urlacher because one way or another, he's going to be the most valuable player. If he's missing, they're going to feel it, and if he's there, then he's going to help out.
I see that. Now, for my offense MVP, which you probably should have too, Jay Cutler, or do you have Brandon Marshall?
I got Brandon Marshall.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
He's going to make he's a legitimate number 1 receiver.
Yeah.
I never thought very highly of of Hester.
I haven't either.
He's a good returner, not a good receiver.
Yeah. He's an athlete that they tried to turn into wide receiver.
Right, and it didn't work out. He can't. His skills don't translate over.
Yeah. I mean, I picked Jay Cutler, and you can say Brandon Marshall too. I understand that. The last time these two were together, Jay Cutler had like 4,500 yards passing. So if they could do something similar again this year, that's why I have them at 13-3 with those two together.
Well, here's why I don't think very highly of the Bears. They're almost in a Colts situation last year. When Cutler went down, they just went to all hell. Same thing that happened with the Colts. I mean, I didn't think that Chicago was going to do that bad when they lost him. And didn't they lose to the Raiders after they lost Cutler?
Yeah,
that's how bad it is. That's how bad it is.
No, it just made you realize, it made a lot of people realize how good Jay Cutler is. And that's what made me open my eyes a little bit. Say, hey, let me take a step back. Maybe this guy's a little bit better than what we say he is, but he still could have played hurt. If that was Big Ben, he would have went out there and played.
Look at Big Ben. What did Big Ben do last year?
Hey,
he played hurt and he wasn't effective.
Yeah, it's better.
And now he's hurt again.
He rotator cuff. Yeah.
Sometimes you got to take time off and just heal.
All right, so let's get to the Green Bay Packers. I have them at 11-5, and they do have an easy-ish schedule, but I do have them at 11-5. There's no real stretch where I have them winning lots of games or losing lots of games. Besides that stretch with St. Louis, Jacksonville, and Arizona, that's three games back to back.
Which one was that?
7-8-9, week 7-8-9.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean. Those are 3 easy games that they gave him there. So I have them going 11-5.
I don't think the game against the Cardinals is going to be that easy.
You think the Cardinals could be better than what they
I think
advertise?
the Cardinals, the Seahawks, and the 49ers are all going to be top 10 defenses. People talk a lot of smack about the NFC West, but defensively, it's going to be one of the toughest divisions.
So we're going to give you guys updates on that San Francisco and Dodger game. That other team in the Bay is up 3-0 over the Dodgers.
I like that.
That other team.
That other
Here
team.
we go. Look at
the
A's.
cheaters. Who
A's
set
fans-
the standard for cheating, and
A's
then
fans
the
are
A's have to do
hilarious.
it.
You guys talk all this crap, and nobody goes to the games. Nobody.
No one goes to.
Nobody.
Would you want to go to that stadium?
Hey, look, I was talking to somebody, and he was giving me a bunch of crap, and I told him, I was like, our videos get like 12,000 hits a week. That 9,000 fans go to the game. So when more fans go to the game than we get hits, you talk to me then.
That's awesome.
Until then, I don't care what
Hell
A's
yeah,
fans have to
dude.
say. You know what I'm saying? Ain't worried about it.
So for my defensive MVP, Clay Matthews, man, that's Mr. Do It All. He could play in the front seven. He could play every position. He could play tackle, in, linebacker, inside out. It doesn't matter. That guy gets interceptions. He gets sacks. 9 sacks. Get out of here. 4 interceptions. Actually, 3 picks. Sorry.
Oh no.
All right, who do you have?
Honestly, for defensive MVP, I got nobody. Because they didn't have any major upgrades, and they had the 32nd worst defense in the league.
They did.
Dead last.
Yeah.
So if they didn't upgrade at any position, I don't see how they can be better or why anybody would be.
Who
an
do you
MVP.
think? Okay, I see where you're coming
Clay
from.
Matthews, yeah.
So if someone did have to step up for them to be viable on the defensive end, who would you say will have to be their MVP?
I would have to go with Matthews or
Yeah.
Hawk. Actually, B.J. Raji, because he stops the run.
Okay.
He's a force in there.
Rajay, yeah, that kind of reminds me of not Nata. I guess there's nobody like Nata.
Yeah, no,
but, a Nata-ish type of guy.
Yeah.
Offensive MVP, of course, Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, that goes without saying.
45 touchdowns. I don't think he's going to have 45 touchdowns again, but I think around 30, 32, 33, around there.
We'll have 2 interceptions after that first week. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
2 picks, baby.
After the
I
first
like
week.
2 picks.
Why would they do? What team are they
2
playing?
picks. 49ers, baby. The number 1 defense.
I knew there was a method to your
Ball
madness here. I
hawks.
just wanted to get
Ball
to
hawks
it.
at every position.
Just wanted to get to it. So let's jump now to the Detroit Lions. They had an okay season last year. A lot of injuries to the defensive players. The rookies that were promising got hurt. Then you had a Dominican Sue got hurt. Then he got into a car accident. Then he stomped somebody in the face. So a lot of problems. But I have them going 9-7. Is that good enough to make the playoffs? I don't know. But 9-7, man. What do you have them at?
I got them at 8-8.
Yeah.
I don't see them having a big turnaround because offensively too, fantasy-wise, they would be good to have because Stafford doesn't have a running game.
Oh, yeah, they're going to put up points.
But they're not running-wise, though, because Javid Best, his career's over.
Yeah.
Another concussion. He has like 2 or 3 every year. And behind him, they don't really got anybody that's either healthy or really good at running back.
Yeah. Who do you have as their defensive MVP? It was kind of hard to pick. I wanted to say Sue, but then I really thought about it. He only had like 40 tackles. That included assists, too, so he didn't have much. So I had Chris Houston, the cornerback.
I put Sue, but only if he gets his attitude right.
Yeah.
Because he could be a defensive force, but he's always just doing stupid things on the field that get him and his team in trouble. So
yeah, I think what you said last year when we just had our radio show, if he can worry about putting all that negative energy on the field and focus it, he could be one hell of a defensive player.
He would be tearing people up.
Yeah. Offensive MVP, I have Megatron.
Yeah.
That's Megatron.
Because Stafford's good, but I think
Dude,
Megatron.
Anyone can fill that.
Exactly.
I can get out there. And,
exactly.
Well, maybe not me.
Exactly. Because Megatron
Alex Smith
just got
to go out there.
Yeah, you just got to chuck it up there to him. And
he'll grab it.
Yeah, he'll get it.
Grab it. He'll catch it. And to be quite honest, he hasn't missed a game since 2009. He plays hurt. Yeah, he does play ineffective at times when he's hurt, but he hasn't missed a game since 2009.
He's sturdy.
Yeah. So and dude, he's only 26. I thought he was a little older than that.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah. So he's young. He has a lot of good years ahead of him. So he's going to be a force for a while in that division. Then you have the lowly Minnesota Vikings. Rumor that Adrian Peterson will be ready week 1. Still remains to be seen. He hasn't played a preseason game. They said he won't. I think they're just masking it. I think he won't play till week 3 or 4, to be honest with you. I have him going 5-11. Actually, that's even a little bit of a stretch. But when you have a decent defense with rushing, I have to give him a little bit more wins than I originally would.
I only gave him 3.
3.
3-13 for the season.
I had them at 3-13, and I erased it, and then I put them at 5-11, only because their run stopping defense is pretty solid.
On the wins that, I was looking the same at first when I went through. I didn't think that 3 wins was enough, but
yeah,
I went through their schedule again, and I think that other teams are going to have to lose games against them rather than them win them. Like they're really going to have to cough up a game, just interceptions, crazy fumbles, unexpected stuff's going to have to happen, because if both teams play, turnover free ball, then they're going to lose mostly every game they're in.
Yeah. I kind of agree. Defensive MVP, I have Jared Allen, of course.
Yep.
9 years. He's a runner-up to the Defensive Player of the Year in my imagination, or my opinion. He had 22 sacks. Who gets 22? How do you get 22 sacks and not get Defensive Player of the Year?
Who got it that year?
Suds.
Oh, yeah.
Well, he was balling too. But 22 sacks. I think the only reason why he probably didn't get it because his team didn't win games. But, man, 22 sacks, that's unheard of. Offensive MVP, Adrian Peterson. He has to be if they're going to win even 5 or 6 games.
Yeah, he's going to have to carry everything on that.
Yeah.
Literally
carry.
Because, honestly, who's the receivers? Percy Harvin, he's always got a migraine.
Always hurt. He's always hurt.
And I can't depend on somebody that they might wake up game day and have a migraine after taking a beating all week. So it's just...
Yeah. All right, so that was your NFC North breakdown. So coming up next, we got the AFC North breakdown. Get to the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Baltimore Ravens and watch them battle it out this year. So coming up next, AFC North on the Man Cave Sports Show.
You want commercial?
Discover how 2 men expose a commission loophole, putting money into bank accounts today. With this system, you earn 100% commission, paid instantly to your bank account. You earn residually every month. You're offering something of great value. You get a free marketing system and marketing training website. Work with a top 500 company website. No talking to people, high online conversations. Earn 4, 5, or even 6 figures a month. Watch this free video that will show you this commission loophole that puts 100% direct into your bank account. Go right now and type this in your address bar, instantresidualsystem.com, and get for free how to get up to 30 members per month, earn thousands while you sleep at night, and recruit without ever having to pick up the phone. That's instantresidualsystem.com. Have you ever noticed how much easier it is to spot opportunities and pitfalls from the sidelines? Sometimes when the players themselves don't see them, immersed in the action under the emotional pressure of things changing at every moment, it can get pretty hard to see the big picture. Watching the markets as they rise and fall, especially today, is unnerving. My portfolio was up this week and down the next with the tide. I bet you didn't know there's a fund manager that can end the days of buy and hold or being all in all the time. Avoiding a lot of risk during big dips in the market and still earn a competitive return? Check out what we're all about at amsria.com. That is amsria.com. And take advantage of our no risk, no obligation, free financial plan assessment. That is amsria.com.
And now you feel me? Where I see you, FF gang it on bang. We out in Cuba putting grapes in a Cohiba.
Welcome back to the MCM Sports Show. Brian Rose,
Abel Tovar,
and our new
Trisha Callahan.
Yeah, that's right. So we're breaking down the NFC. Now we're getting down to the AFC. So let's start with Pittsburgh Steelers. But first, we're brought to you by Beer Locker, apparel for sports fans who love beer and beer fans who love sports. Check out beerlocker.com now to find your team, school, or colors. And they're sending us shirts. They'll be here tomorrow.
Are they really?
Yeah,
oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Oh, we got to get Trisha one too.
Yeah,
she wasn't on the initial order.
They're actually just for us. they're gonna start making a line for women.
Nice.
There you go.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So yeah, we're breaking ground here at Man Cave
Helping
Media.
businesses out.
Yeah. So Pittsburgh Steelers, I got them at 9-7. People say the defense is old. Hey, I don't know. I mean, this defensive system that they play, you just have to do your job and you be okay. No one's asked to do anything else. So 9-7. What do you got?
I got 8 and 8. I
8
just
and 8.
keep hearing they're old.
Yeah. I got them 7-9. I got them.
7-9.
Yeah, I got them having a bad season. I mean,
I'm just curious, who you got the losses to?
my losses. Let's see. I got opening against Broncos, Titans, Bengals, Giants, Chiefs, Ravens, and then Ravens sweeping them.
Curious, do you have the Bengals having a good year? I do.
Better than Steelers, yeah.
I'm just curious. Just wanted to be curious.
Yeah,
Yeah.
slightly better, but not much.
So my defensive MVP, Troy Polamalu, he's from USC. Yeah, 10-year vet. He could play any position too in the back seven. He could play linebacker. He could play strong safety, cornerback. He could do it all. Get sacks, force fumbles, everything.
If he stays healthy, I got him.
Yeah, if he stays healthy. Who you have as your offensive MVP?
Big Ben.
Yeah.
Because again, this is going to be another team where with Rashard Mendenhall out, he's going to be asked to carry the team.
Dude,
and
he get married?
Who?
Big Ben.
Yeah.
He did. That's why he has
Soon,
a quiet offset.
But soon after like that last incident happened.
That's why there's no
so
incident with him in the
I don't know how
bathroom
that
with
works
the girl.
out.
Yeah.
Like, would you marry somebody if they just got
No.
accused of assault in the
No.
bathroom?
Not once, but 2 years in a row.
Yeah. No.
See, then that leads me to believe then she's after the paycheck. If she's gonna
that's
be like,
good.
oh, I'm okay with that. All right then.
You never know. Maybe he got game, man.
Yeah,
You
that's
know?
why 2 years in a row.
Yeah, exactly. If he had game, we wouldn't be hearing about it.
Maybe his game is I'm a fortune. No?
He wouldn't have to. Yeah, he wouldn't have to try so hard if he had game.
So let's hit up Baltimore Ravens. I got them having a pretty solid year. One half of the Harbaugh brothers. I got them going 12-4. I have them having a stretch where they're winning pretty much. Well, Patriots, Browns, Chiefs, and Cowboys. I got them winning all those games there toward the beginning of the season, then losing at Houston after that stretch there. But yeah, 12-4, man.
I actually have them at 13-3.
Yeah.
With losses only coming to Patriots in Week 3,
Okay.
and then at the very end of the season losing to the Giants and Bengals last 2 games.
I have them splitting because the Steelers and Baltimore, I have them splitting. Home and home, winning that
Right.
game, and then the Eagles, man. For some reason, I see them losing that game in Philadelphia.
We'll see if Vic can hold up because
If he
2
plays,
weeks, 2 injuries.
If
He's
he plays,
soft.
yeah,
He is soft.
He is. So you have him going
12-4.
Yeah, 12-4. So defensive MVP. Who else?
Ray
Lewis. The shimmy to the left, shimmy to the right, wiggle it in the middle, and bring it back, slam it down. That's my man right there.
Even if he can't perform, he's the anchor on that D. He's the leader for that whole team,
Look at him, so
offense and
pumped up.
defense.
Yeah,
So he's important all the way around.
I mean, he gets me pumped up. I want to
No,
go
he
out.
does, yeah.
I mean, I might play for 2 plays and I'm out, but
I would love to have
wanna
him
go
on my
in. Offensive MVP Ray Rice, Mr. Do It All on offense. He can block for you. He can go out there and catch passes. He can run routes with the best wide receivers. He can run the ball. And he's only 25 too. That kind of shocked me looking at his age. I thought he was a little bit older than that.
I got Flacco.
Joe,
Wow.
He's going to be the truth.
this is his breakout year.
I mean, honestly, he had an awesome year last year. He had games where he came like against the Steelers where he led them on drives to tie the games up at the end. I mean, he's an underrated quarterback, and he's going to have to step up and have almost an elite type year for them to go to the Super Bowl.
Actually, now that I think about it, he doesn't even have to have an elite year. His wide receivers, other than Bolden, just has to catch the damn
right.
ball.
Look what he did last year.
Yeah. There was 2 crucial plays down the stretch where they dropped the pass in the end zone, and then actually it should have been a touchdown. A guy caught the ball 2 steps down. They just hit the ball out of his hand after that, and they called it an incompletion. So if his wide receivers can hold on to the ball, they'll be okay. Okay. Do you put Joe Flacco ahead of Alex Smith?
Yeah,
You do?
I do. He's
Okay.
better.
So if you had them 2 facing off in the Super Bowl, who do you pick?
Well, we lost to him last year.
If you weren't a fan, neutral. We're talking about neutral.
With the roster the way it is now,
roster the way
49ers,
it is, you take
because
the
the
49ers.
Ravens though got Terrell Suggs.
Oh, that's true.
That's the difference. That's
He
different.
might come back. They say week 8, but I don't think so.
Have you seen their preseason games? They have no pressure on the quarterback whatsoever.
Yeah, I mean that was the guy that put pressure on the quarterback. Yeah. So now let's jump to Cleveland. Cleveland Browns, the sore spot of the NFL, the second sore spot of the NFL, other than the Jaguars. 2-14. I don't see them winning anything more than that. And I'm sorry, Pops. I know you're listening. I know that's your team, but I don't see them winning anything.
Are they really?
Yeah, born and raised in Cleveland. I don't see them winning anything more.
I'm sorry, Pops.
Their defensive MVP, if you could call him that, Sheard. He's a rookie. Last year, he did show promise. So if he could build on that and force the amount of fumbles he did last year, he'll be okay.
Let's see. I got them at 13-3.
13-3.
Yeah.
3-13.
I'm sorry. sorry about that. Yeah, 3-13. Sorry about that.
Who do you guys have them winning against?
Ugh.
Cleveland. Good question. Bills and the Chiefs. Man.
Yeah. See, I got Bills, Bengals in week 6, and then Redskins week 15.
See, I don't think they could beat. I don't think they can beat the Redskins. Redskins have. Well, if a rack post can get healthy, I think their D is going to be stellar again.
I'm still not sold on them. I think that RG3 is going to have an injury because he plays kind of Vic type
Vic-ish,
style.
yeah.
Now he's bigger than Vic and he can withstand more, but I still think something's going to happen with him being a rookie. He's going to look to scramble more.
Yeah.
Because that's the difference when we keep talking about him and Luck. Luck stays in the pocket.
Yeah.
Luck's athletic too.
Yeah.
He can run pretty fast, but he's more disciplined than RG3.
Yeah. So do you have them win anything more than 3 games?
No.
Yeah, I mean,
they're just a bad team, just all around.
I don't even want to get into their offensive MVP. I have Brandon Whedon having to be their offensive
yeah, that's
MVP,
who I have.
and he's a rookie, so that just says what their team has there.
Because Richardson's already out, so
yeah, just a bad luck franchise. If you're a fan of in Cleveland, I feel sorry for you. Cincinnati Bengals. I have them going 9-7. They can make the playoffs again if they step up on defense. Even last year, they were top 10 in stopping the run and pass. So if they could do that again, of course they're going to be in games. It's just up to Dalton if he's going to perform, to keep them there. But I have them at 9-7.
No, I also got them at 9-7 too, and I actually have their offensive MVP. It's going to be Dalton and Green. Actually, more Green than Dalton because he's elite. That man is good.
I think Green is better than Julio.
Yeah, no, I would go as far to say that. Yeah.
So 9-7. Do you have them going 9? Or what do you have them going 9?
I have them going at 9-7.
Yeah. So we all agree they're all going to be a little bit better than middle of the pack, and they can make the playoffs.
Who do you have for defensive MVP?
Reggie Nelson, safety.
Reggie, I got Ray Malaluga.
Malaluga. Yeah, you got to read that name.
Yeah, I got to look at that one.
Yeah.
It took me a while. I was like, damn, I shouldn't pick him. I'm going to screw this one up. I still had to go with him.
All right, so who do you have as your division MVP for that division there? I'm probably going to have to go for defensively. Let's not even break it down defensive, offensive. Let's say one guy.
Yeah, one person.
One guy. Man, that's going to be tough.
I'm going with Flacco. Just because he's going to be the most important player on the best team in that division.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Rice. Same team, different result.
I'd agree with Rice. Solid.
Yeah. So, division champion, I would have to say would be Baltimore.
Yeah, without.
I don't think Pittsburgh's going to do it this year. They're a little old.
They're on their way down.
Yeah, I agree. So that segment was what everyone's talking about. Brought to you by High Roller Clothing. Love to gamble good. We know the perfect clothing line to match your obsession. High Roller Clothing was founded with the concept to make gambling a fashion statement.
The brand takes inspiration from all your favorite casino games with a unique theme for every shirt. Their shirts take a modern approach to the high roller lifestyle in every one. Shirts, hoodies, headwear, and even poker chips. Visit highrollerclothing.com or give them a shout out on Facebook. Facebook.com/highrollerclothing. Shuffle up and wear. highrollerclothing.com.
Coming up next, what's wrong with the Jets? We'll let you know. Man Cave Sports Radio.
God, why do we talk about the Jets? Jesus. There's 31 other teams we can talk about.
It's Angel.
Hey, listen up. Are you a fan of the Lingerie Football League? The fastest growing professional sport in the nation? Then we have an app for you, Ultimate LFL. With Ultimate LFL, get the latest news, videos, and Twitter alerts on the Lingerie Football League. Always stay up to date and in the loop. Ultimate LFL. Only available in the Google App Store. Download it now. Ultimate LFL. Double your money in 8 to 10 weeks. Everyone makes money with us, period. No selling, no phone calls, no sponsoring, no recruiting, no experience necessary. Over 200% of return in 8 to 10 weeks can be set up to run on autopilot. 30 days, no questions asked guarantee. This system has already paid me $700 in 4 weeks. Wow, and no sponsoring required to earn. Just visit bannersbroker.com/TMF. That's bannersbroker.com/TMF. Join today and start earning this week guaranteed. bannersbroker.com/TMF. Still not satisfied? Still need proof? Visit this YouTube video below. You'll see many more verifying proof of payments from Banners Broker. Lots of them. Best business online that works for you while you're out doing other things. bannersbrokers.com/TMF. Hey, listen up. Are you a fan of the Lingerie Football League? The fastest growing professional sport in the